Okay, today I'm trying to give you the best rebuilder tip, Tuesday tip that I can, and here it is. There are four things. We're going to go over four things that do not help you rebuild your credit. Four things that don't help. Number one, and you got to choose wisely here because there's two sides to this. Using a debit card or paying cash does nothing to rebuild your credit, but it might be what you have to do. If you use a credit card and when you use a credit card, you're incapable of controlling yourself, you're incapable of using the right amount, if you're incapable of using a credit card and keeping your balance low enough that you can pay it off in full each month, then you might have to use cash. Now, every time you do something and pay for something in cash, it does zero to build your credit, but if you have to, you have to. So this is one of those wise things, one of those times you have to figure out what is wisdom for you. Can you use a credit card and allow it to be a tool for you that you pay off once a month or twice a month? I like paying off my credit card twice a month. Pay it off on the 1st, pay it off on the 15th. Make sure that balance never goes beyond what I know I can handle every 2 weeks. But if you're not if you don't have the self-control, I started to say if you're not smart enough, but the problem is usually not intelligence. You and I both know we're smart enough to know that credit cards can kill us, can destroy us. However, the question is, do you have the self-discipline to use a credit card, allow it to build your credit, and not overuse it? Another thing that does nothing to build your credit is using prepaid cards. Using prepaid cards does nothing to rebuild your credit. However, there are some people out there that teach you how to use prepaid Visa cards or MasterCards or American Express. You load them through direct deposit and you use that prepaid card to pay for gas, or use that a different prepaid card to pay for groceries, or use a different prepaid card for your eating out money. And there are people out there that recommend using a prepaid Visa card or a prepaid, it doesn't matter, American Express or MasterCard. They recommend using that like Dave Ramsey's envelope system. And so if that works for you and you can choose wisely, then maybe that's the best thing for you. But keep in mind, using a prepaid credit card does nothing to build your credit. Using Dave Ramsey's envelope system may save your life financially, but it will not build your credit. Number three, payday loans typically do nothing to build your credit. So when you go to this loan company and they say all you need is last week's pay stub, just come over and we'll give you a prepaid loan. They'll give you your pay a week early. Well, even if you pay that back on time, it typically does nothing to build your credit because that's not typically the kind of company that reports. Now, some of them may. But even when they report, when the credit bureau pulls your credit and it sees these, I don't know what to call them, but they're high interest lines of credit or high interest loans. These are not always the kind of thing that'll help your credit. It looks to me like sometimes they even hurt your credit, even if you're paying them back on time. And number four, buy here, pay here car lots, where you basically, they hold the title and you're buying the car. They do not typically help your credit. They're not really building your credit. In fact, even if they are reporting to the credit bureaus, buying a car is often the kind of thing that causes you debt to income ratio problems. So I would say two cars that you can pay cash for, are often cheaper and better for you than one car with a payment. For example, you go out and buy two cars that are $2,500. You don't have to carry collision insurance. You just carry liability. You pay cash for two $2,500 cars. Now you've got $5,000 in cars. Even if you have to get one fixed every 2 or 3 months, it's still cheaper than making a monthly payment every single month on a car that you really can't afford and that's going down in value faster than you're paying it off. So 4 things that don't help your credit, that don't build your credit, is using cash or a debit card, using an envelope system or a prepaid Visa card or a prepaid American Express, whatever, payday loans, and buy here, pay here car lots. Those are 4 things that typically don't help your credit. I'm Josh, Churchill Mortgage, and I am so glad to know you. I'm glad that at some point you have either applied for a loan with me or something, and we've realized that you need a little help building your credit. If you are thinking your credit score is up, you want to talk again, please call me 828-238-2682, and I'm going to keep doing everything I can to help coach you along. I can't wait till you're a homeowner. Thanks.